Hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is the CKG channel with Kobe Green. And we're going to be talking about the spoiler review to Godzilla vs. Kong. As I said in my last video, I gave this movie a 8.5. And we're going to be talking about the characters, the whole movie, the fight scenes. Let's get into it. Okay, to start, we started off with Kong surrounded in a dome that we really don't we don't know why or when he got captured and put into the dome, but I think they're keeping him in there because he says Godzilla will come for him. They don't want him to fight, but Alexander Skarsgård wants to move Kong to Antarctica so he can find a power source for I don't know if it's for him or for the evil guy. I forgot his name. The one that's built Mechagodzilla. I don't know if it's for him or Alexander Skarsgård. But that's why Kong is leaving this dome to go to Hollow Earth. The first boat scene, I don't want anybody to get mad at me, but I don't know if Godzilla or Kong won that. Yeah, Godzilla could have killed him, but for Kong being trapped underwater and then being 88% seductive or something like that, he did a really good job of fighting his own, or like holding his own. And we've never really seen Godzilla pull someone down like that. And if it wasn't for the bombs, Godzilla would have killed him or drowned him, and we don't know why. Then Godzilla came back around, tried to fight Kong again, and Kong was he was not up to fight again, but he would have defended himself again, which makes me think that this was kind of a draw. But they stood down, they turned off all the ships, and Godzilla went away. Next scene, you got the conspiracy theorists, Millie Bobby Brown and Julian Dennison, all going to this place with Mechagodzilla in it. And they have these skull crawlers and these eggs, and they jump into the ship on accident. And there was a bunch of skull crawlers with eggs. And then they took the ship and they didn't drive it, but it drove off by itself and went down into the next scene where Kong arrives at the Hollow Earth entrance, I guess. It was a great scene. Gia, which is one of my favorite characters in this, was talking about her telling Kong through sign language that family might be down there. And what people don't understand is that I think Gia has known Kong ever since she was born, because the Iwi people, or her Iwi family died. And I don't know if she knew sign language before she was born. I mean, not before she was born. Or I don't know if she was around Iwi people to learn sign language before her parents died or what. But she knows sign language. She's deaf. She taught Kong sign language, which I know you can do with gorillas. There was one gorilla that learned a lot of sign language, but died. She died eventually because she got old. I forgot her name. But it could be done, so it makes sense. Kong only knows how to do one word, but he understands what Gia is saying. So she tells him his family might be down there, and Kong goes into the Hollow Earth, and then he was running and runs into this Warbat. He slams one on his head on a rock. And I think this scene is very underrated. I loved this scene with the Warbats and stuff. It was great. I think it was very underrated. And then one of them wrapped him around him like the skull crawlers and mire squids. And they was thinking that he was gonna lose that. Which, let me tell you, yes, it looked like Kong was struggling there. But I don't really think Kong was caring much. Because he knew that the Warbats was not even a challenge to him. But they shot the wing. It covered him up with the wing. He shot him. I mean, like the heaves shot the Warbat. And Kong kind of powered out of it himself, which you can say it was, he had help, which really, I don't think the rockets done any damage to the Warbat at all. Kong really powered out. I mean, he done it with the mire squid and the skull crawlers, so I don't see why he couldn't with the Warbat. But that was awesome. I hope to see more of them in the future if we get more movies, which I really hope so. And more of the skull crawlers, because we didn't see much of that, and I was really hoping to see, a lot of that, but we didn't see much of that. I'll get to that in a minute. More, I don't know, it's just a good scene. I think it was probably one of my favorite fights out of it, better than the water, the boat scene. Yeah, I like the Warbats, and people, they ain't been talking about it much. I don't know why, but I really liked it. And then you went back to the trio of Millie Bobby Brown and Julian Denson, the conspiracy theories. Then they arrived where they was going to go. And there was this big old, tunnel thing. There was Mecha Godzilla in there and a eyeball of the skull crawler, because they've been fighting the skull crawlers with the Mecha Godzilla and testing them out, making sure he's powerful enough to kill Godzilla. That was his main point this whole time, is to kill Godzilla and protect humanity. Well, there was a skull crawler came out and it said number 10, release number 10. So Mechagodzilla has killed 10 of these skull crawlers, and that just sucks, really. None of them looked like they even had a chance against Mechagodzilla, and I think the skull crawlers could do a lot better than that. I mean, the skull crawlers like almost killed Kong, like one of the big ones, and this one doesn't even look like he was that big at first, but then Mechagodzilla pulled him apart and he looked pretty big. But it is what it is. Then Kong finds the axe. They get their power source, which I think is to download the file to Mechagodzilla. That way he could spray through it, or they can find out what is in it. I don't know. But then Kong finds the axe, builds it in, puts light into it. Godzilla's mad, uses his atomic breath to go all the way down through the floor. And right where Kong is, Godzilla just used his atomic breath and destroyed the ground. So I don't know what was happening. They was getting Mechagodzilla ready to fight that night, and Rin Caesara didn't want to. So what was going on. Don't I don't know. I think Ren Serizawa's wanting to do it to avenge his dad, and he didn't really know. I don't know. They didn't show much of Ren Serizawa or any of these. They didn't really build the evil characters. They didn't really build any characters. It was just some likable characters. Like almost all of them was likable, but they didn't build them. So I don't know. And Kyle Chandler, he didn't have much to do with this movie at all. But anyway, I want to get back to this and Mechagodzilla. It tires up or something, and he takes control. Oh yeah, King Ghidorah, his brain, which I don't, his head, skull with his brain, I guess, is powering or gaining knowledge through Mechagodzilla's, and is giving it to Mechagodzilla. I don't know how that works, but Ren Serizawa was controlling it, and it kind of electrocuted him. I don't know if he's going to be back in future movies, but they could definitely say he lived through that. And we need to know more about him, and because he was honestly a pretty good character for this MonsterVerse. So I want to see like all these characters come back in the next movie if we get one. But I really liked it. And Kong is coming up. Oh yeah, by the way, almost all of these characters die. Like evil characters die, and I think that's it's kind of funny in a way. Like none of them lives, but that can be reversed and say that Ren Serizawa is still alive and he just got shocked. But Mechagodzilla kills the main evil character over Apex, and yeah, that's basically it. And now Mechagodzilla is thinking of it on his own. This is where Kong and Godzilla is having the Hong Kong battle. And let me tell you, it was great. Like hands down favorite scene of the MonsterVerse ever. The round 1, round 2, just the whole ending scene. Hong Kong battle was great. You had Kong running away from the thing and eventually getting hit. That was amazing. And the scene from the trailer where he was hitting him with an axe, or hit him with an axe, that was great. I don't see how it didn't pierce his skull, but it honestly just bounced off of him and made Kong come back, and it knocked out Godzilla for a little bit. Then he got back up. Then it was round 3, so Kong won one of the rounds. I still think, in my opinion, the ocean battle was a draw, and we didn't really see a winner right there. But obviously Godzilla would have won if that went on longer, but we didn't see a real winner there. Kong definitely won round 2 in the Hong Kong battle, and then round 3 Godzilla won, and it was okay. Not as good as Kong's victory, but Godzilla definitely showed his dominance over Kong and crushed his chest in and almost killed him. Or Kong was dead, basically, if the humans hadn't have used this Hollow Earth heave to restart his body, or restart his heart like a defibrillator. And that was when Mechagodzilla came out and was freaking destroying Godzilla. Like Godzilla would have been dead right there. I don't see how in the world Mechagodzilla they created something that strong, but it honestly looked like it could have took out King Ghidorah. If King Ghidorah and Mechagodzilla had a fight, Mechagodzilla looks like he would have won. And that's just honestly pretty crazy to me. He looked so powerful. But then, as Mechagodzilla was about to kill Godzilla, Kong stepped in and helped Godzilla after he popped his shoulder back in, which I thought was a good scene. Then he saw his axe, used his axe against Mechagodzilla, noticing it was doing a little bit of damage, but it really wasn't doing much. So, as Mechagodzilla has Kong pinned, about to try to cut his throat with his saw, Kong got his axe, was holding it out, and Godzilla charged it up with his beam, and then he used it to slice his arm off, both of his arms. Oh yeah, also Julian Dennison poured liquor or something on the controls, which affected it a little bit, but Mechagodzilla was still in control. It stopped the saw, but he was still going and holding Kong. But anyway, he chopped off both of his arms, one of his legs, and then he was about to use his beam, and then Kong hit his belly. It splattered everywhere, and then he hit his head. Then he ripped his head off and did the coolest shot. It reminded me a lot of Predator, but he did the coolest shot ever with him holding up the head. There's a lot of head turn off for Kong. He tore off the Warbat's head and stuff. But honestly, this is one of the best movies ever, in my opinion. I watched it 3 times already. The first time was, it was okay. It was a good movie, but the second time it was amazing. The third time it was amazing. 8.5 out of 10. You need to watch it. It's a must watch. Whether it's on HBO Max or in theaters, I think they're both good experiences. I want to go watch it in theaters again, but I don't know if I'll get to. But we'll see. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We're going to be having some more videos coming out. We got WrestleMania, Ben Askren versus Jake Paul coming up. I'm going to be reviewing those. I'm going to be doing a live on Ben Askren and Jake Paul. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.